What have been the biggest differences that you've recognized for being here versus where you spent your last few years at Stanford?
I'd say the biggest difference is, well, I wouldn't say there's like a big drop off in differences, but I'd just say like the caliber of competitiveness that I have every day in practice and in the different workouts that we have. And I think that's one thing that I was looking for when I came here, is I wanted to go against high level guys every day in practice and be pushed a different way. So I'd say that's one of the biggest things that stood out.
Any surprises so far?
I wouldn't say there's any surprises. I think Kentucky basketball speaks for itself when you have as many guys go on and play professionally, and you have the success in the tournament like they have the last couple of years, and just historically, I think it speaks for itself. So I wasn't surprised about anything, but I think when you really get down to the detail and you're in this gym and you're really living it yourself, you really just understand why the program's been as successful as it has been.
I thought it was funny. Jamal said that you remind him of a 30-year-old guy. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm 22. I don't know if I'm ready to accept 30 yet, but yeah.
That was a compliment or not.
Yeah, I get it a lot. I think it's easy to see as far as our interactions and stuff like that. It's interesting. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm not trying to be an 18-year-old kid and just so we can relate. But I think it's been fun just trying to find things that we can relate on as far as what can we talk about or similar interests and stuff like that, which we've been doing a great job of doing. So for me, it's been nice just to be around the younger guys. They keep me feeling young, I guess you could say.
You've obviously had college success already, and then you're coming here to a new school. When you play with these younger guys, is there anything you can tell that they obviously need to improve on, just getting adjusted to playing college basketball?
I wouldn't say there's anything obvious that you say they can improve on. Like, the skill is off the charts. Like, couldn't tell they're freshmen as far as that. Everyone's very talented. Everyone works hard, athletic. Like, all those things are great. One thing that I maybe thought that would have been having to work on as far as just being vocal and just understanding, like, defensive schemes and different things like that. But I stand corrected as far as that. It maybe took a week of practice for these freshmen to really realize, okay, this is how it goes. Okay, this is what we're going to do. And they learn quick on the fly as far as things that maybe took years and years to learn in college basketball, as far as to talk and where to be in the right spots. They picked up within just a couple weeks that we practiced for the Bahamas. So that's the biggest thing I've been impressed with, is that the level of talk, the level of communication is that of an upperclassman team.
How has being coached by John Calipari so far been compared to what your expectations might have been coming here?
Yeah, it's been great. I don't quite know if I had any expectations, just because I think that would be unfair of me. I haven't been able to really talk to anyone that's been coached by him before, or didn't know too much other than the fact that he's a Hall of Fame coach, great coach that speaks for itself, like the success that he's had. And for me, just knowing the steps that I wanted to take, I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be coached by him, wanted to be pushed by him, and I just knew that he could put me in the right situation where I wanted to be. And it's been everything and more. Just every day he's pushing me to be the best that I can be, and doesn't accept anything less.
You're a Minnesota native, so Final Four is there this year. Have you thought anything about, I know you got to take it one game at a time and everything like that, but being this is your final season playing college basketball, have you thought about what that would be like to finish it in your home state?
Yeah, I've thought about it. It'd be amazing. I was back home a couple months ago and drove by the stadium where the Final Four would be, and just kind of seeing it's literally 5 minutes away from my house, from my high school, from the community I grew up in. So that is my city. Like, that's where I love to come back to. That's where all my family's at. So it'd be nothing better. It'd be like a storybook ending if we can make it back there and then win the whole thing. So that's what I'm working forward to. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to do that.
I was going to ask if that maybe motivates you a little bit more.
I wouldn't say it motivates me more, but it definitely puts a little something to it when you think about it, is that a lot of the people that I grew up with, a lot of my family, haven't been able to see me play in college just because I played in places that are farther away. So to be playing in the Final Four and to have that right there in my hometown, like, I don't think I could ask for a better way to end this journey.
Us here who covered the team, we saw PJ and Nick all last season, but EJ is a new guy. What do you think about EJ's game, and in what ways do you think he'll be able to help the team?
I like EJ's game a lot. He's very skilled, very versatile, can shoot it. He can get up, very athletic, but I think one thing a lot of people don't see about his game is how well he passes the ball. I think that's one thing that he's exploited in practice, especially going high-low or just finding guards for threes, is that he's really able to distribute and pass the ball. So I think that's really going to help us, is that he doesn't have to really be focused on scoring, because he's very skilled, but the fact that he can find different guys in great positions, I think something that's going to be used is going to help a lot of guys be successful.
Seems like the consensus from who I've asked, Ashton seems to be one of the better defenders on the team. What makes him such a good defender in your opinion?
I'd say his physical and just God-given abilities obviously is what allow him to really lock in, but I'd say just his mentality. I think you can be blessed with those abilities to move your feet, have long arms, big hands to kind of defend, but the fact that every time he's guarding somebody, he actually takes pride in if they score or not. And I think that's the biggest thing, is if you take it as a personal matchup and you have pride and you're competitive about that, that's why he's a great defender, and that's what makes him great for us, is that he's picking a guy up literally as they get the ball out of bounds, and he takes pride in picking them up the full length of the court every time.
And real quick, being coached by Payne, he's had a lot of big guys come through here, go to the NBA. What have you kind of learned from him so far?
I've learned a lot from him. I mean, he shows you a different level of how you need to work, different level of conditioning that you need to be in, just different level of everything, and it's great. I mean, every day I'm learning something new. There's a new drill, a new workout, something that he's putting me through. So I feel like I'm getting better every day, that I have the opportunity to be coached by him.